Hey everyone, welcome to part 4 of the tutorial. At first I want to say I'm sorry for not uploading part 4 in like this long. What the? This is the first time I'm actually using my real voice instead of the crappy AI voice.
Bro, shut up, I'm not crap.
Shut up! I think it's time we should actually start. And also if you look on the footage, the end of the line wall jump is broken. Okay, let's actually start now. If you're done with your full layout, then the next thing to do is decorate everything. So the first thing I usually do is just decorate every area one by one. I first start by doing some texturing and some stuff. And then after it I add some objects to make it really look good and alive. You can also change stuff to the terrain to add more depth. If you want to, you can grab objects from the toolbox for decoration. Decorating is not something you master immediately. As you can see, my decorating skills is also not the best. But after doing it a couple times, you will keep getting better. Once you're done with detailing and stuff, it's time to make the lighting. In the very first episode I told you to get this specific plugin. Well, it's finally getting in use now. The first thing you have to do is back up the current lighting, and you do that by clicking the generate a snapshot button. Then rename it to default. Then go over to the lighting tab in the Explorer and just remove everything in it. We have now removed all the lighting in the studio. We're now going to create new lighting. The very first thing you should do is pick a skybox. You can make your own skybox, but I don't know how that works. But you can also grab a skybox from the toolbox. Just search for one. After you find the skybox, it's time to make the lighting settings. You can change all types of settings in the attributes in the lighting tab. I know this is really bad advice I'm giving right now, but the way I learned to do lighting, I'm still not very good at it though, is by just messing around with the settings. You can keep adjusting settings and seeing if it will look good in the studio. After you did all the lighting settings, it's time to add more effects to the lighting tab. Here are some of the effects you can use. To add an effect, click on the plus and search for it. I recommend you trying out the different effects and seeing how they look. When you're done, generate a new snapshot of your lighting and give it a name. To update the lighting to the main game, click on the plugin, go to settings, then lighting, then set the map lighting to the place lighting. After that, just update your map to FE2 CM and you're done. So, because this video would be quite short, I decided to add the advanced timelines section in here. So, let's go! You might be thinking, what even is a touch timeline? Well, it's basically a whole other configuration for XFrames, but this one is activated when you touch a specific part in the map. If you actually want to create a part for it, then just make a part for it and that will be the hitbox. Then rename the part to something, doesn't really matter. I renamed it to touch part 1. Don't forget to anchor the part and put it inside of the map model. Also, make sure Can Collide is turned on. To link the part to the timeline, go into the attributes and then inside the trigger_touch type the name of the part. So what I'm gonna do is activate the camera when you go in the zip line. So what I'm gonna do is first position my camera, then click on the camera thing in the workspace, copy the position, not the orientation, only the position of the C-frame. Then grab from the toolbox, grab the camera XFrame, SetCamera XFrame, put it into the timeline, and then paste the position. After that, you need to set the value of the XFrame. You can either choose to keep it empty, then it will look at the player, but you can also choose to put the value to a part. If you put it to a part, it will look at the part. I chose to make a part for it. Then rename the part to something, I named it Cam Part 1, and put it into the map model. Also, don't forget to anchor it. You should also make it invisible. Also, I forgot to tell you, if you want to fix this thing where the camera activates while you're not on the zipline, you have to make the timeline trigger a local trigger, so the timeline only triggers for the people who touch the part. Just go into the attributes of the configs and rename the trigger underscore touch to local trigger underscore touch like this. I have built some more on the map, and I'm now going to add a teleporting machine here. First, I'm going to make the part that you have to touch to get teleported. Because yes, I'm making a touch timeline with this one. Keep in mind you can also do this with normal timelines, with a timestamp. After that, create a part that you want to get teleported to. I'm gonna call the teleport part Teleport 1. I'm gonna call the part that you get teleported to the Tele2 part. Then put them both into the map model. After that, I'm creating the touch timeline for it. Then I grab the teleport XFrame from the toolbox. Then put the value to the part you want to get teleported to, so in this case it's the Tele2 part. The SetHumanoid XFrame is really easy to use. It's basically the set properties XFrame, but then to change the humanoid properties. You can use this, for example, to change the jump height, speed, or kill, or anything else. This one is the same as set properties, and you already know how that one works, so I'm not explaining this one any further. So you have made it to the end of the map tutorial series. If this series has helped you, please consider subscribing as it helps out a ton. If you have any further questions, drop them in the comments or join my Discord server and ask your question in the FE2 help channel. For now, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you later, alligator.